out on Clay's channel, or Cleetus' channel, and Clay passed him so fast and so hard, it broke the crank in Ruby. It just shut the car completely smooth off. And I mean, I think if I was in a 7-second car racing a 3-second dragster, it'd probably shut my car off too. If you've ever been around fuel cars when they're going down track, it will. I've had the opportunity to be a spotter and a starter. And when you're a starter, it's just raining raw fuel on you. And when they leave, it almost puts you on your knees. As a spotter, I was at the 8th mile and it blew my headset off. That's how violent those cars are. So the Linko shifted. Coyote in the right lane. They're going to keep Braid in that little new edge. Terminator Cobra. So Mustang on Mustang. Cleetus McFarland over there in the right lane have to pull those levers every gear shift. If you don't know what the Linko is, it's kind of it's what Pro Stocks used to use before they went to the Liberties. And I grew up watching Bob Glidden rip through those sticks. He was always my favorite. And I always wanted a Linko drive in something. Well, Cleetus made it happen in a street car. And here we go. This is our king of the 28s. You're going to see tiles are going to go all the way down there in the quarter mile. They're in. Right. There you go, boys and girls. Keith gets out of it early, goes 7:10 at 150. And you're going to have to watch Cleetus' YouTube channel to see what he's talking about in the car. I'm pretty sure he's all like, doggone it. Here we go, Brett LaSala in the right lane, taking on Travis Akins in the left lane. So Brett LaSala, your #1 qualifier, 676. At 151 mile an hour. Left lane went 702 at 205. See how those mile an hours don't really match up? That means Brett LaSala was out of it early when he ran that 676. What does that make you say? It makes you say, golly. Yeah, that's a fast car.
Gosh darn it.
Building boost, pump it in. They let go of the button. On the brakes, early throws the parachute, goes 646 at 192. Goes 420 to the 8th mile. And when I was here at the Odd Nats, he was shooting for that 399 8th mile. I know that sounds crazy, but he's been bottom 4s.
I went live when Cleetus went up, and now I'm just filming him.
So we got 10-0 and Women and Wheels ready to rock and roll. And we're watching the big end of the track, making sure everybody gets off. What do you know about that? 646 at 192.
Hey, you can't say that, I'm live.
In a street car. And you say, no, that ain't a street car. Yes, it is. You can go watch him on Sick Week and a couple other different drag and drive deals. They protested him last year because he had a
Hey, don't worry, I
somewhat of a
put not
one-piece
for
front
kids.
end. He comes back with the 3-piece front end and goes faster. So protest that. Yeah, that kid down there, he's putting in work. Hats off to the spotters down there. That is a tough job. Just climbing over that wall. It doesn't look that tall, but that wall is 4 foot tall. and to go over it and back over it and over it and back over it and run down there and check everything out, it's a very demanding job. So hats off to you guys down there as spotters. That's actually how I got my first job at a drag strip. I was an 8-mile spotter. Yeah, and you can see where the wall steps up. It's like 5 foot down there. That's where it gets really fun. That's a young man's sport.
6 right now.
You're probably like, this isn't fossil finding. I got that song stuck in my head. The ice cream song. Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot.
So we're down for another cone on the big end.
They got another cone.
25-second pass.
Get me the tanks. Got the powder. I got the new battery.
So while we're down and waiting for another cone, unfortunately, that wrapped up our King of the 28s class. And we're waiting on a new cone down there on the big end.
Ooh, it's shaky.
Again, I know I've said it already probably a dozen times. Thanks for coming out and spending your day with us at Streetcar Takeover, presented by Scoggin Dickey Ditto Tires and the event title sponsor, Sissio Performance. Go check them out. They just opened up, well, it's probably been a year ago. They opened up a new facility down here, and they hit the ground running. Don't forget to check them out. Also, we got several vendors over there. Suncoast Performance sponsoring the street racer class that's getting ready to come up. Brian Tooley Racing sponsoring the small tire class that we wrapped up a class ago. Real Street Performance, Outlaw Mobile Detail, Torque Storm, Force Performance.
They threw the last one just right over.
Home with the Zona rotor turbos. They got some tile products over there as well. Swing through and check them out. Rolling Rides, the builders of those regular cab short bed trucks. And I posted that. I posted their deal last night. I was like, regular cab short bed V8 all-wheel drive. Can't even buy this stuff. And I had people like trying to call my bluff. No, I know you can get one with a little motor. I know you can do certain things and move around and get, but that you cannot buy in the States. It has to be built. Justin Keith's building one at his home shop, Killer Performance. You can check out his videos on that. He is a performance shop in Kansas City, Missouri. And he's hired GM techs, so they know all the GM stuff. And he got in touch with Rolling Rides. He's like, hey, I want to build one of those too. And they kind of talked it out. And now he's building one. You can follow that build on his YouTube channel, Killer Performance. That's the only way I get to see my buddy Cam anymore, is watch Justin's videos. But they're building a nice unit. It should be done. If he doesn't sell it, I would imagine it'd be here next year. But you can walk through the pits right now and see 2 of those Rolling Rides, regular cab short bed Chevrolet trucks with the V8s. Well, they're not Chevrolets, they're GMCs. GMC just a little bit better looking truck. I don't either one, but I like the GMC better. So what they're doing is they're taking long bed regular cab trucks with the V8 and the all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. They're ordering a frame or a chassis, whatever you want to call it, from Mexico. Drive shafts, some fuel lines, some brake lines, some stuff like that. And they're basically doing a full body swap onto that short cab or short bed frame. I mean, I guess it's not rocket science, but have you built one? Pretty neat when they take factory GM parts and make something you can't buy. That's always been my flavor. You can tell because I keep talking about it. So we are all good on our cones again. We're going to fire up the next pair as soon as the track gets cleared. It'll be time to party. here we go. We're rolling into Street Racer. Street Racer Wild. This is our fastest heads-up class in Street Racer. And I can tell you all three of these classes, the index is under 9 seconds. They're all 8-second classes. Richard Flint in the right lane. That good-looking little S2000. Made fast with an LS Moda. And he's taking on Ken Pusniak in the left lane, the Audi R8. And this car, I don't remember what race it was at, but it was a race here. This car popped about a 4-foot wheelie. So you've got the rear-wheel drive S2000 with the Chevrolet motor under the hood versus the all-wheel drive Audi, built and tuned by Sissio Performance, I believe. One of these is a sledgehammer and the other one's like a velvet sledgehammer. Just a little more refined. One of them's got heated and cooled seats. The other one, yeah, it's got a seat. Parachutes on both of them. And they're easing them into the beams. This is Street Racer Wild coming at you, quarter-mile class, heads up, run what you brung right here. Left lane's in first. We're building some rhythms. We're all in, and here comes the three. Richard Flint with a block. Richard Flint said, we'll tell him you're coming. Throws the parachute, and he goes 723 with a 9 at 187 miles an hour. Ken goes 187 as well, 770. Just needed to work on the front half of the track just a little bit more, and he'd be a player. But there again, another guy out here beating on the supercar. You gotta love that. And here's another sledgehammer. This thing's more like a pickaxe, taking on a sledgehammer. The home-built hot rod from Tim Blythe, the 64 Triumph, out of Dawsonville, Georgia, left side. Got the road sign for the roof. Yeah, it's got a hard top. It's made from a road sign, but yeah. See that LS power? It's not peeking from out from under the hood. It's poking from out from under the hood. Taking on the GTR, the V6, twin turbo, all-wheel drive action in the right lane. Tim Blythe qualified number 3, 765. Right lane's been 760 or 776. And Tim Blythe with the whole shot trying, but not going to make it happen. And Blythe goes 772. Right lane goes an identical 772 at 182. But Tim Blythe down here on the little end goes 123 to the 60-foot. Reaction time is where it's at. 099 for Tim and 308 for Jan Euler in the right lane. Here comes another Sissio. So Tim down there moved over and stopped. I'm not sure if he touched the wall, but he is down there. We're going to send somebody out and check on him, make sure everything's all right, get him off the track. There was also, he said he smelled maybe just a little bit of antifreeze. He's out of the car. It's a challenge from me to you. Put your hands together so he can hear you way down there on the big end. Thank y'all for those that played along. Hopefully he can get that thing dialed in before the next round. I mean, if, the Cleetus McFarland crew, they just drain the coolant out of them. Keep on beating on them. That's my flavor.